Family, we're here. Okay. As you can see by the title, is hip hop dying? Y'all let me know. First of all, hip hop, rap, favorite genre of music for me, in my opinion, favorite genre of music of all time. Still the most popular genre of music in the United States. But if we're looking at the numbers, we got to be honest with ourselves. Is it dying? That's your opinion. I'm gonna put a poll in here. People can make their opinion. Give me a yes or no. All right. So, as y'all know, my lives are like talking about the music industry. Obviously, I do hyper focus on hip hop because that's my favorite genre. But if I'm going to be honest, I am a fan of multiple genres. Hip hop is my favorite. Probably Latin reggaeton is my second. Love classic rock. Not a huge country fan, but some country girls on me. Um, Pop, all that. I love it. I love it. I'm a fan of music. That's just me. Um, I enjoy all types of music, but I do hyper focus on hip hop because that's the genre that I fell in love with the most and is still my favorite genre of music. So that's why I focus on it. Anyway, let's get into the article. So I believe it was published today. Let's see. Let me get to it. All right. Luminate mid-year report 2026. R&B and hip hop falls, dance rises, CDS surge 16% and more. In the first half of the year, global on-demand audio streams grew by 9.8%, and US on-demand audio streams grew by 4.4%. This is a cover of BTS. Obviously, BTS is very, very, very popular in the United States. It's very popular among all communities. Black community, white community, Hispanic community. A lot of people love BTS and K-pop. Me personally, I haven't checked it out, but I do want to check it out, and I'll check out probably their newest album and give it a listen because, like I said, I'm a fan of music, so I'm going to check new music out. So if it's good reviews, I'll check it out. That's none to me. But I want to jump down here specifically. R&B hip hop still dominates despite downturn. Let's read over. Approximately 1 in every 4 streams today are for songs that fall into R&B and hip hop classification, but the genre's share of listening has continued to decline year over year for the last few years. Since mid-year 2025, R&B and hip hop as a category fell 1.6%, a percentage that was picked up by growing genres like dance, electronic, country, and Latin. The genre also experienced the sharpest decline in equivalent market share since 2023 on Billboard 200 albums chart, giving way to gains by pop, country, rock, and Latin. R&B hip hop used to make up well over 40%. Wow. Used to make up well over 40% of Billboard 200 market share in the first half of 2023, but has fallen to about 30% at mid-year 2026. So I'm not going to, I understand that, hip hop has kind of lost its grip, its fierce grip over the music industry. It still dominates, but it is a noticeable decline that we're seeing. And I want to go over a few things that, in my opinion, are contributing to that decline. A lot of people critique it's the same sound. It's this rapper sound like this rapper and this rapper sound like that rapper and everybody sounds the same. What's the fucking difference? That is a valid critique, and that's a critique I share. In my opinion, it depends on what type of niche you're getting into, because some of these sounds do sound the same. It does sound the same. I remember a certain video, I'm trying to pull it up here, where Snoop Dogg is impersonating today's rappers. Now, this was 11 years ago. Let me bring it to the stage. 11 years ago, but 33 million views. God dang, 11 years ago. Ooh, I'm old. Let's get it up here.
You feel me?
Yeah, so it's always gonna be something new. When a person decides to be themselves, they offer something no one else can be.
Yeah, because once you be you, who could be you but you?
All right.
That's what's wrong right now. Everybody trying to rap the same style with the I don't know who created it, if it was Future or Migos, but all them niggas sound the same.
Yeah, that clip is always funny, bro. That clip is always fucking funny. But I mean, he has a point. Now, keep in mind, they were already having these talks 11 years ago. 11 years ago. So, I mean, fast forward 11 years, people still have that same critique. Oh man, all hip hop sounds the same. Y'all all just rap the same and same flow, same this, same that. And people just had that critique. Now, I would say most of those people don't even listen to the genre. I'm not talking about Snoop Dogg. Obviously, he's a hip hop legend. I'm talking about the loudest people there. Oh, y'all just rap about the same stuff: pussy, money, weed, drugs, killing, blah blah blah. And that's just not true. That's just not true. That lets me know you're not a fan and you don't listen to rap. You don't know what you're talking about, because there is a niche hip hop for all types of music. I mean, if you want to get introspective, you want to get into the gangster rap, you want to get into the lyrical side of rap, you want to get into the poppy, radio hits type of rap. There's so many different kinds of rap. You got the edgy, you got the rock style, you got the what they call emo rap. You got all that. So shit, people that be saying that shit like, oh man, all this shit's the same, blah 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 blah. Y'all don't talk about nothing different. They're usually not fans. They usually don't, in my opinion, know what they're talking. Because you can just listen to them. You're like, okay, this person clearly doesn't know. So in my opinion, what's the point of me even having a discussion with them? They're not a fan of the genre. But people who are fans of the genre, when they have certain critiques, it makes sense. Like, okay, well, I try to listen to, all the new albums, and I'm not hearing anybody inspired. I remember that was a big critique for Joe Budden at Drake initially for the Views album. He felt like Drake wasn't inspired. Now he has since, I don't want to say walked it back, but he has kind of changed his tune in regards to the album. But that is a critique that it's microwave music. People are just trying to rush things out because the fans and the consumers are fickle, and 1 minute they're here and next minute they're gone. As a record label owner, that is something that we battle, and the artists as well. That is something I battle. Is you drop music, you feel like the music isn't valued, and it's here today, gone tomorrow. Streaming is already the amount of money you get paid for streaming is so little that you're already seeing that the business model is already showing to devalue the music, the art. And with music, I don't know why, but people just feel like, I don't know if people feel like the music should be free, but it's like no one values it and is damn near don't want to pay for the music. The music itself. Now, obviously, you have people like Taylor Swift and Travis Scott. Even Jay-Z came out with some vinyls and CDs. Like, yes, they're purchasing CDs and vinyls. I would argue they're purchasing it more for the memorabilia and paraphernalia of it, and just saying to have, oh, I have the CD, I have the vinyl, but are they really listening to it from that object? Probably not. They're probably streaming it. I mean, if we're going to be honest, they're probably streaming it. I don't. Yes, there are music heads that go out here and buy vinyls and listen to the music on the vinyl, but the majority of people on those sales, in my opinion, obviously I have no fact to this, are just probably buying it to have it in their closet or man cave, or wherever they want to put it, and then they're just streaming the music, because that's the easiest way to listen to the music. You can just go on your phone and, like me, go to Apple Music, go to Spotify, and click play, jump in the shower, do some whatever. Hey Google, play this song. Hey Amazon, hey Alexa, play this song. It's just so easier to do it that way than to find a CD player and play the song, or put it put the vinyl in the player and then play it from there. Most people are streaming, so the music has been devalued. The listening, the art has been devalued. You know, partly by the consumer, but mainly by the business and forms of how much you get paid for streaming. So people are like, well, if it takes, I just have to pay Spotify. You really don't have to pay Spotify because they have a free model. But let's take the pay for it. I pay Spotify $9.99 and I get to listen to whatever song I want. Who wouldn't take that? I remember me being in high school when streaming was getting kicked off. I'm going on Spotify or Apple Music. I'm like, damn, they got this album, they got that album, they got this album. I can listen to whatever the hell I wanted to. Easy. Type in I want to listen to Michael Jackson, listen to Michael Jackson. Type in I want to listen to, some Kendrick Lamar, Drake, whatever. New albums are out like that. Don't have to go wait in line. Don't have to go buy. It kind of took the experience away from, back in a little bit before my time. I'm growing up in the 80s and the 90s, where you would go to the record stores and buy your new album. You would go to the store and purchase the new album. When I was coming up in high school, I graduated in 2014, buying the physical copy still was a thing, but streaming was well on its way. I mean, most cars definitely back then still had CD players. Most cars now today don't have a CD player. Where the hell are you going to play it? What are you going to put it in? So I don't understand. Well, no, I understand why, these companies, they took up the market share. So you could either, go against the system and say, hey, I'm not going to put my song on streaming. I'm going to just release it on CDs. Cool, fair. Probably make more money. I have a physical CD. I give it to somebody. They pay me $10. I have $10 in my pocket. Perfect. But the problem came, more people started wanting to be famous, and streaming was a quick way to get your song to whoever, everybody across the world, because how can I give this CD to somebody in China, without, shipping and all that. And how do I even market to them when I can just go on social media and say, hey, I got a new song out. If you like it, blah, 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 blah. And then in China, they can just go stream it right there. They don't have to wait for shipping. We live in a society where people want things now. Amazon, they have their, get things delivered in a day. I'm like that. I am an Amazon Prime junkie, man. I'll Amazon Prime any and everything. And I love how it just comes to my house. I get excited when it says your package has been delivered. I see the picture, I go out and get it. So that's just me. But that's a lot of the world. People want things right now. But obviously for artists and for independent labels, it's tougher because you don't make that much money from your streams. I have a little plaque on the wall for a song we released called Deeces. Over 100,000 streams. I believe it's at 130,000. And the total amount was paid out for streams was around $700, maybe a little bit over $700. So, I mean, just do the math. I mean, 100,000 people press play and listen to your song, and you're taking home $700 from that. I always make the joke of, hey, I would rather those 100,000 people give me $1 and boom, I'll take that instead of taking this $700. But I mean, that's where, platforms like Even and Bandcamp come in, and they've gotten popular because now they're kind of emphasizing more of the support the artist and going back to that way of the artist selling straight to the consumer, D2C. That's a great way to make your money as an independent artist and as independent label as well. So that's something that's special still, but you still got to deal with this. How do you, as a label, look your artist in the face when your artist has dreams of being on a billboard in Times Square, or being on, Jimmy Kimmel, and performing live and going to Rolling Loud and doing things like that when, they are marketing their music D2C, because usually D2C brings in the most money, but most of the time for most independent artists, it doesn't bring in the most notoriety or the most fame. And people want that. Like I don't, I understand that people, I don't know, I care about the music, but yes, I believe they do, but a lot of people care about this fame. A lot of people care about, the followers. That's why, you already got, bots and things like that, because people want to feel good that instead of working hard and looking and saying, okay, you know what, I got 1,000 followers, I'm gonna build that up slowly. They'll go buy bots just so they can show that, oh, I got a lot of streams, or I got a lot of followers. So they can fulfill that thing inside them to say, oh yeah, I am doing good, when they know they're just lying to themselves. But, that's just one thing. Another thing that people say is oversaturated. The music business in a whole, as a whole, is already oversaturated. You gotta, I can't remember what was the number, how many songs get uploaded a day. I gotta look that up. Number of songs uploaded to Spotify daily. Estimated 100,000 to 120,000 songs are uploaded to Spotify and other major streaming services every single day. Damn, that's a lot of fucking music in one day, 24-hour span, 120,000 songs. If that's not oversaturated, I don't know what is, because I'm pretty sure, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure there's not 120,000 movies being debuted, being released a day. It's just not. Could be wrong, but most likely I'm right. There's not that many movies being dropped and released a day, but we have 120,000 songs being released every single day. It's a lot of songs. A lot of songs. So that's not oversaturated. Maybe I need to look up the word again. Fewer superstars. Okay, so I was watching a DJ Academics stream where he was talking about how the music industry is missing mid-tier artists. I think he said they're missing like B-tier artists or something. Let me see if I can find it. And he was making a good point. I'll try to find the video. But that's true. I mean, when you think of your top artists, we'll stay hip hop. You got your Drake, obviously. You got your Kendrick, J. Cole. I would say they're A. I would put Travis Scott as A. And then, I mean, you can, I'm not going to get into the B's and to the B's, but you got your other artists, you got your Futures, you got your Travis Scotts. I think I already said Travis Scott, but you got drawing some blanks, Lil Baby, everything. You have fewer superstars. You can almost count all the superstars on one hand. Superstars. I'm talking about selling out arenas, selling out stadiums. I know J. Cole's on the tour right now, and Kendrick just finished a world tour. Him and SZA. I'm pretty sure Future's going to go on tour. Travis Scott is going on tour. Those are mega stars, and you just don't have that many of them. You don't have that many regular stars. After you get past 10, you start falling off. You start struggling in the count how many stars there actually are. So I do think fewer superstars is a part of the problem. But I think, in music in general, it's kind of tough because, like I said, the music is not being valued. So it's kind of hard for people to come up in that way. Another reason, you got other genres becoming very popular. I mean, you got Latin music. Latin music is going crazy. It's going crazy. And it's been going crazy. It's been rising. It's been rising. I mean, you got Karol G, Bad Bunny, Anuel, J Balvin, Eladio Carrion, and that Spanish is one of the largest languages spoken in the world. So you already got that. I mean, look at this: 1.3 billion views, 97 million, 1.3 billion, 192 million. That's just Karol G. Bad Bunny just completed his tour. He broke a record. I mean, they're just breaking records every day, every single day. Bad Bunny is the first ever Latin artist to gross 1 billion in touring. I mean, this was published in June 18th. He just did the Super Bowl, you know? Latin is huge. It's huge. It's a bunch of people. Virality versus lasting careers. Now, that where I get into more of my label side of, you know, I'm more of on the career side, but I understand that going viral plays a big role in becoming successful, because you do need a song, or you do need some type of steam to kind of push you over the edge and get you going. So that's why a lot of people are trying to go viral. A lot of times, you know, you see the artists are doing dance trends and everything like that because they're trying to go viral. They're trying to bring attention to themselves, and that's the main goal, is trying to bring attention to your music. Because if I have a good song, I got to bring attention to it so people will listen to it. And there's a bunch of different ways to market your music, but a lot of artists struggle with that because most of these artists don't want to be seen. They don't want to, you know, do what it takes as far to get the eyes. And I can't blame them. You know, I don't blame them at all. Like, it's not what it used to be. You know, where a good song will always get found. It's not. It's changed. It's different. But in my opinion, if you really want to achieve what you want to achieve, then, you know, you're going to do what you got to do. But that is a problem that a lot of artists run into. So, I mean, there's a lot of issues when it comes to hip hop. I know Future just dropped. I believe he sold over 100,000 first week. I don't know how many were physical sales and how many were streaming sales. I'm going to assume most of those were streaming. I know he has vinyl and CDs and everything like that. I haven't looked at the numbers, but I will. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I love hip hop. I don't want it to go anywhere. I know it's not going to go anywhere, but I mean, we can't lie and act like it hasn't been declining, because it has. So what I'm trying to build as my label is just to build authentic music, good music, but also entertainment and just being captivating, because that's not easy. You know, sitting right here and doing a live and talking in front of people, it's not very captivating to most people, but it is information. So with these specific lives, I'm just trying to give information and try to touch on the things that's going on in the music industry. But obviously, if you check out my channel, you can see, you know, I go out and do stuff. I post how we make our music videos. I post music. I post going out and about and live streaming, going out about. But these streams are just reserved for the information streams and just talking about what's going on today. So I just wanted to touch on an article from Billboard saying that hip hop drops again. You know, I think it dropped about 1.6%, it said. But at this moment, hip hop still reigns king. It's still number one. So still the most popular genre, because it just is. And I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon, but it is declining. And if we don't do something and we don't act fast, you know, it could lose its main grip. I'm a number one supporter of hip hop, but like I said, I'm also a lover of all types of music. So, but hip hop is my favorite. But yeah, this was just a quick live, just going over one of the articles I saw I wanted to touch on. We are going to be at SwapCon on the 25th. It's going to be in Dallas. and we're going to be live streaming there. So it's going to be a little more on the entertainment side of streaming. So I usually leave these lives up. So if you want to check it out, see what we talked about, if you got any questions, hit me up, DM me. I got all my socials linked. You want to reach out, let me know. I got you. We can talk. You got any questions about how you want to market new songs and market your music, let me know. Reach out. Send me a DM. Send me a comment. I'll reach out to everybody, and I'll make sure I respond. So, and you be getting information from somebody who's actually doing it, not just a content creator or anything like that. I actually own the independent label, and we're building our label. We have 4 artists right now. We're working everything, and we're just trying to get everything going and keep the music going out. But you're going to get advice and ideas from someone who's actually doing it and actually trying things and trying and failing or trying and succeeding. So real hand information. So like I said, just hit me up, let me know, send me a comment, send me a DM, you can hit up on the socials, and I'll make sure to get back to you. If we need to do a Zoom call and talk and see what you got going, cool. Also, let me know if anybody want to do live music reviews. We'll do that. We'll do sessions where we review music and listen to it, and I give my input, and everyone in here can give their input, and we can go from like that, So we're a community. I want to help build y'all up as well, but I also want to showcase, my label, Damar Music Family, going from nothing to something. But I want to make sure everything is documented, because that's something that's special to me, to document the rise. But that's all I got for today. Be on the lookout. I'm gonna have a video dropping. It's gonna be a reference to the dream and why he quit his 9-to-5 to pursue music. So be on the lookout for that video. It's gonna be coming out next week. Papa Penny. See y'all next time.